Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of TVC Talk. I'm Caleb and I'm here with TVC co-founder Mark, and today we are going to be talking about setting goals the smart way. So let's open up with this. Goal 1. Let's just compare these real quick. Goal 1, we have, I want to be a successful filmmaker. That's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Or we have goal 2, I want to build an $100,000 video company within 3 years. Which goal do you think is better?
$100,000, baby.
$100,000 for sure. Why?
Because it's smart.
Because it's smart. And what do we mean by smart? SMART is a goal that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timed. I'm hoping it's right there. I'm hoping it's right there. I think there's space.
Check it out.
Yeah, SMART. So let's break that down. We'll go into these one by one.
Let's go.
Specific. The problem with your goal being, I want to be a successful filmmaker, it is vague.
It's very vague.
It's not clear on your end goal or your vision or your ultimate desire end result. What does success look like? What is your niche? What type of filmmaking do you want to be doing? How long is it going to take to get there? It's a statement to me rather than a goal. You want to be specific with your goals because it forces you to get clear on your vision, get clear on what you want out of your life and out of your career. Because smart goal setting isn't just about your job or your passion. It's anything you want in life, any goal you want to attain, right? But bringing it in line with our career choice, it's like, well, what type of filmmaker do I want to be? Where do I want to be 3 years from now? It's like it forces you to start thinking and strategizing about how you're even going to achieve the goal that you're setting within the goal itself.
Because success means nothing unless it is clearly defined.
Yes.
What does it mean to be successful? That's a whole different definition.
For sure.
For every person.
Exactly, because success looks a little different to everybody. So specificity is important because you need to be clear on your why. Because then once you clear on your why, we can dive into the how. Going to the M, measurable. I want to be a successful filmmaker. All right, well, where does success fall on that scale? What's your percentage of success? What can you measure in, I want to be a successful filmmaker? How close or far are you from that goal at any given time? Who knows, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? But when you say, I want to have a 6-figure video business, I want to make $100,000 in a year, at any given time, how close am I to that $100,000 goal?
You can't track what you don't measure.
Write that down. Seriously, you can't track what you don't measure. You're absolutely right. I mean, immediately, like if your goal, in our example, I want to create a $100,000 business. If you're only making 50 grand, you're halfway there. If you're making 25, you're a fourth. If you're only making 10 grand, it's a tenth. Or if you're 150, you blew past it and you need to start thinking bigger for yourself. But anyway, at any given time, how close or far you are from your goal.
Exactly.
Success is vague. A clear number, an end result, a clear why is measurable, trackable, and you can adjust based on how close or far away you are from that goal.
And a very simple, easy way to do that in this situation is break down a year. You've got 4 quarters in a year. So make it a goal to bring in $25,000 every quarter. Now, all of a sudden, you can measure your progress every single quarter and even every month, and then divide that 25 by 3, and now you've got your monthly goal.
Absolutely. That brings us to the A, attainability. Is your goal attainable? Now, when we say attainability, how attainable is it? We kind of mean it in the sense where you have to look at it like, are you willing to put in the work and the effort?
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I want to be a successful filmmaker. Well, I don't know if that's attainable because I don't really know what your definition of success is.
Here's an example. I think a lot of people say like, oh, I want to be the next Oprah or Ellen. But they don't realize what they would have to put in for years after year after year to get to that level or to get to that point.
Yes.
It's that attainability. Like, most people aren't willing to sacrifice. They don't have the why. Their why's not big enough
Right.
to get there.
Yeah. Oh, playing off of that, like, all right, Mark, you're married and you have 3 kids. You being like, well, I'm going to move to Bali tomorrow. Based on the lifestyle you have right now, it's like, that's not really an attainable goal for you.
Even if financially I could,
Yeah. It's like
I'm not, because I got a family.
Yeah, it's like, because the lifestyle choices you
Yes.
have to sacrifice, and actually this goes straight into R, realistic. It's not realistic. You'd be like, well, I'm just going to move up shop tomorrow. Like, if the goal was, I want to make an $100,000 video business in 2 days, that's not really realistic. It takes time.
Yeah, and to make your goal realistic, you have to understand what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to put in
Yes.
to achieve that goal
Yes.
in a specific amount of time.
Yes, absolutely. And, like, you got to get honest with yourself, right? Am I willing to put in the time and the effort? Am I willing to, when it gets hard, keep moving?
Yes.
Like, look, and if there's any no's along the way, the last question you ask yourself, am I willing to make these a yes?
Absolutely.
And that'll tell you immediately if the goal is realistic for you and where you're at. And attainability, the two go hand in hand. And then we come into being timed. Let's be honest. If you don't have a deadline, there's no sense of urgency. I'm that way. I function on deadline. I give myself deadlines on stuff all the time. A deadline creates a sense of urgency that forces you to move into a state of action. It takes you out of preparation and into execution. You need a timed goal. You need to put a time, a deadline, because that motivates you to execute, to achieve the goal.
Absolutely.
I want to be a successful filmmaker. By when? I want to build a $100,000 video business within 3 years. All right. 3 years, that's the goal. And the time limit also is measurable. All right, I'm 2 years in. How close am I to that goal? Have I already surpassed that goal? Oh, I made $65K last year. All right, we're in year 3. Now I need to push that up, that extra 45. How do I pivot? How do I adjust?
35.
35, thank you.
Yep.
Wait, 65? 35, yep, you're right. So there you have it.
There you have it.
If you get smart with your goals, not only will you be better prepared to execute, more motivated to succeed, you are setting yourself up for the success you want. Remember, success is not overnight. It is built day by day. Get smart with your goals, get smart with your life, and see how you change.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to set dumb goals.
Yeah. And that's how we're going to wrap this video. If you liked what you watched, subscribe. Click the little bell to get notified.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, one day we'll get the outro right.
All right. See you next time.
TBC Talks.